likely heard of rules for money over the years. For instance, the rule of 100 and the 4% rule. But should they be followed today? Joining me now to answer those questions is Granger Hughes, the Vice President of Hughes-Retirement-Group, a Chattanooga area firm that focuses on preparing people for retirement. And Granger's also popular radio show host and TV star as well. Granger, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, so first off, looking at the rule of 100, what is it and do you recommend it?
Well, generally speaking, I mean, if you take your age and say that you're going to live to 100 years old, you would want 60% if you're 60 years old in something like a fixed income and 40% in equity. So you can imagine if you're 40, you would want to reverse that. So as you get older, you're getting more conservative. So that's the idea behind the rule of 100. I don't necessarily subscribe to that idea, but it can be a good guide for those who are looking to maybe manage their portfolios themselves.
All right, now let's also talk about the 4% rule that I referenced a minute ago. What is that rule, and is that also something to use?
So the 4% rule, I mean, generally you're just withdrawing 4% from your account to meet your living needs. So, you know, generally we're going to look not necessarily from a percentage standpoint, but we want to look from an income standpoint. So we want to try to meet that income goal. So if we can accomplish that goal without pulling 4%, we'll do so. But we don't just arbitrarily say, hey, we're going to take 4% every year regardless. So we do try to meet those income goals, because if you can meet your income, then you can allow your other assets to continue to grow.
Yeah, 4% looks different for everyone, right?
It does.
All right, so another rule is buy and hold. Explain that for us as well and how to implement it or not implement.
Yeah, buy and hold, I mean, you're generally speaking about, you know, let's think, you know, S&P. Most people are pretty familiar with the S&P. So if you have an S&P index fund, so to speak, you buy that S&P index fund and then you just essentially hold on to it for a period of time. So I'm not against it. You know, I think it's going to depend on what type of account you're in. Is it a taxable account? Is it tax deferred? So basically, is it 401k versus a brokerage account,
right,
individual account? Or is it, you know, is it a situation where, you know, you're still working, or maybe you're towards retirement? So I think it's going to depend on your age as well.
All right, now there are a lot of myths floating around or non-factual information about retirement. How important is it to separate myth from reality?
I think it's very, very crucial. One of the things I would point out is annuities. I think annuities can be a great tool for a piece of a retiree's portfolio. You hear a lot of negative things about them, but they can provide principal protection. So for those people who are obviously worried about the markets right now, those clients that have annuities, you know, our clients that have annuities are not as worried about the markets because they have a portion of their principal that's protected. It can also provide, as we were talking about that 4% rule, can provide a guaranteed income stream. So if you're getting income each month, it's going to make it a little bit more easy to stomach when we have these volatile times.
All right, now the reality is that people are fearful of running out of money during retirement. How do we properly plan to avoid that issue?
Well,
or alleviate that fear?
Yeah, you've got to look at different income sources. So do you have a pension? Do you have Social Security? Do you have any additional business income? You know, what do you have that's going to be coming in? And then do we need to fill that gap? So if you have $40,000 of income, but you need 50, what can we do with a portion of our assets to create that additional 10 so that we know that our income need is met? Another step would be, is, you know, I love to talk about is taxation. So if you've properly planned from a tax standpoint, 50,000 net income is different than 50,000 gross income. Yeah. So we want to make sure that we've planned for that tax increase that probably is going to come. Yeah. And the more that we've done that, the better chance we have of sustaining our retirement.
And this is why it's so important to work with someone like yourself and your team, is because taxes are changing, and you guys are going to be the best at helping us properly plan for this as well. All right, Granger, thanks so much for joining us. We're going to talk to you again here in just a minute. But for you guys at home, if you're looking to make sure that you're doing the right things to prepare for a successful retirement, Granger and his team have a great offer for you. Right now, for the first 5 callers with a portfolio of $250,000 or greater, he's offering a complimentary full-blown retirement plan just for you. This will allow Granger and his team to sit down with you personally and provide you with a roadmap analyzing where you are and where you need to go. That phone number is 423-460-8857.